Alright, y'all, welcome back to your boy Jet Crest Coast Tattoos. Y'all know we back with another video. And as y'all see, we working on my favorite, which is portraits. Also, for those that don't know, always start at the bottom, work your way to the top. You see she already had a previous tattoo right there, so I just took my light blends just to blend it around the old tattoo. That way when it heal up, it'll all kind of look like it float together and it's not having no big old gaps in between the tattoos.
You showed me how to dare to love, so tell me what you're thinking
Also realize how important that dark is underneath the chin, because sometimes you make that dark underneath the chin too light, because you know the face itself is not really as dark, so the face gonna be light and up underneath the chin gonna be light, which means you pretty much got a chance of losing the complete structure of that chin if it's not dark enough underneath it. And I actually went against my program. I see what I'm gonna start doing with portraits is I'm gonna put bare minimum, which I believe I did put like most simple effort into like the shirt underneath the neck, and then get into the face where I can put all my energy straight into that face. But I wind up still starting at the bottom like I'm used to. That's a habit now. And then I'll go up into the face, move up to the lips, the main features. But I recommend definitely putting all your energy into those main features first, because you always have time to go back, hit the sweater up, hit the neck up, and stuff like that. Those areas definitely not as important as the face, but they are still important.
You showed me how to dare to love, so tell me what you're thinking You showed me how to dare to love, so tell me what you're thinking of. You showed me how to dare to love, love, love.
For those that don't know, like in the hair, I basically just use a mag and I use the edge of that mag to kind of create the hairs. Same thing what I do in the eyelashes, not eyelashes, but eyebrows. I'll use a 7 curve mag and kind of brush with the edge to create hairlines versus just using the liner. And I've been trying different routes, which I try to get in between. Cause I'll shade it sometimes, and sometimes if I see it need like a little more sharpness to some hairs, I'll definitely come back with a liner, because it's like I'm in between that realism and hyper realism. So I'm trying to decide which route do I prefer to take. Which some areas I prefer probably hyper realistic, and some areas, you know what, let's keep it smooth, more realistic, and not too hyper realistic. Also during the face process, I definitely, I believe the biggest needle was 11 curve mag. My portraits, I don't tend to use a needle bigger than 11 curve mag, but eventually I'll start working with bigger needles. But at the same time, I don't think I will want to use more than a 15 curve mag on something like this. Like the hair, I possibly could have went in with the 13 or 15 curve mag just to get some details, well, some basic rough sketch structure, and then I went in with like a 7 curve just to get some more of those detailed hairlines. And the main thing is just focusing on the lights and shadows of that hair, creating that flow, and you'll be perfectly fine. And as you see also in the face, like I believe she had a few moles in the face, but I didn't take a lot of time just to create those moles. I just basically went into it with a light tone and kind of created those little moles. So when it heal up, you pretty much not going to be able to tell, but it's going to be there.
You showed me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. Show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. Show me how to dare to love, love, love. Show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. Show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking Show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. Show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. You show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. You show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. You show me how to dare You showed me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of.
All right, y'all, after taking that quick break, I went over to the photo spot, take some pictures, and I zoom in. Always make sure you double checking in on your work. And I noticed some highlights look like they was left out. And I don't try to overdo the highlights, because some people tend to hold white, just like some people tend to hold yellow with melanated skin, and some people it just kind of falls out. So I always say with these whites and like some bright colors like that that might have a chance of falling out, do not rely on them. Only use them just to accent a little parts of the tattoo, but do not put them in your tattoo where you're dependent on it. So if that falls apart, your whole tattoo falls apart. I'll never forget, I seen the guy coming out of the tattoo shop, and I mean, he had a Jason face, all white. And I knew for sure when that healed up, oh yeah, it's gonna be a terrible mess. But this, I'm also gonna pull in the heal picture, because we did do this a while ago, and I do have the heal picture. So let's put them two side by side, just to see how we looking. All right, y'all, here go our side by side. So y'all see what the white at, what shadows held better, what darks held better. That's just a different angle. But let me know y'all thoughts. All right, I want to thank you all for watching the video. Hopefully you all learned some, got some tips from the video. If y'all have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. And until next video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next video.